Hello, my name is Nicholas Garcia, and I'm currently enrolled in the Psychiatric Nurse Practitioner track. I'll be talking about text message interventions and medication adherence today. So, in the beginning of this course, we were asked to select a problem that was relevant to the world today, so I chose medication adherence. The PICOT that I created was in patients with chronic diseases. How does using text message reminders compare to current practice non-mobile health affect medication compliance in a 6-month time frame? So, the important of this problem is that the CDC estimates that approximately 3.8 billion prescriptions are written annually, and approximately only 1 in 5 new prescriptions are never filled. And among those filled, approximately 50% are taken incorrectly, whether it be from timing, dosage, or frequency, or duration. One way, shape, or form, it's just done incorrectly. So medication adherence is definitely a national level issue. So, particularly in psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners, medication adherence is a huge issue. Many patients that take antidepressive or antipsychotic medication whom cease medication administration once they feel better um, often will have complicated issues from not taking the medication as planned. So the COM-B change model recognizes that behavior is part of an interacting system involving capability, opportunity, motivation, and behavior. The model highlights progress in the field of research as it relates to medication adherence and has also been linked to evidence-based behavior change. On slide 5, you'll see an application of the COM-B model specific to adherence. This shows how opportunity can influence motivation as as it can capability. It also shows that enacting a behavior, in this case medication adherence, can alter capability, motivation, and opportunity. So, as you know, we were asked to choose multiple studies to kind of help support what our to support evidence of what our PICOT was. So the first study that I chose was a level 1 study, and it evaluated and focused on 16 randomized clinical trials with at least 4 weeks follow-up. So in this study, there was 2,742 total patients that were at least the age of 18 with a chronic disease. The environments varied, and the study revealed that about 95% of medications were taken. In conclusion, text message intervention increased medication adherence, with the rates improving from 50% to 67.8%, with an absolute increase of 17.8%. That was pretty good, I thought. So the next study that I had was a level 2 study, which evaluated and was a randomized controlled trial over a 4-month period. Um, in this study, there were 21 Brazilian women who received text messages 30 minutes before the last scheduled dose of medicine. Um, their medication adherence in this group was higher than the control group, which also just pretty much states that the text messages was very efficient in helping these people to um, take their medications on time or correctly. The final study that I chose evaluate was a qualitative study which took place in Canada over a 6-month period. There was 25 patients of the age of 14, and they were all HIV patients. At the end of this study, it showed that some of the patients stated positively that it positively affected their lackadaisical attitude toward medication adherence, and noted the consistency of the messages positively impacted their psychosocial health. So it just text messaging adherence, just because there's so many people using SMS and everybody has a phone literally today, it made it easier for these people to take their medications as prescribed. So how did it improve the nursing practice? Well, healthcare organizations should evaluate ways to incorporate technology into everyday treatment plans, such as setting up text messages for reminders for patients to opt in, to overall help their overall compliance rate. Excuse me. So the proposed intervention to address this problem, as we've discussed throughout, the positive effects of text message reminders have on medication adherence have been significant. Focusing on text message interventions will help increase medication adherence rates for patients suffering with chronic diseases. In conclusion, there's about 4.2 billion people texting in this world. Text message reminders are an easy way to implement and economically efficient and allow for access to physician to patient to get medication and questions answered, just to do pretty much overall anything that they will need through text messaging. Text messaging for health should be considered as part of the larger strategy of mobile health support and enhance the performance of healthcare and public health practice overall.